Alright everybody, we're going to try and go live, give you guys all some more updates on our refeeding pen every day. I totally didn't make it this morning, I forgot, but we are here for lunch. Here's Mr. Chance. Wondering why this food didn't go to his pan first. But here is basically, so we have alfalfa pellets again. All of these have been soaked. Pretty easy for them to chew up. We put 2 scoops of Mana Pro cool calories in them, which is 90% fat. I don't know how many of you guys have horses that are pretty emaciated, come in, you have to refeed. Fat and protein is like #1 for them. Our Triple Crown Senior is what we have the refeeding pen on with their alfalfa cubes. And that's got, I think, 10% fat and 14% protein, which is pretty good for them. The only problem we have is we can't just give a whole bag to them at once. Obviously, when we're refeeding, if you press it too hard with too much protein, fat, or any calorie intake at all, really, then the horse will get the craps. And as many of you should know, when a horse gets the craps and you're trying to get them to gain weight, it doesn't really help them very much. So here's all of their alfalfa. Oh, here, wait. Let me see if I can see some of that. Yeah. This is the Mana Pro cool calories that we give them mixed in there. It actually tastes and smells pretty good. So they seem to really like it. Now, when it gets really cold at night, we've been blanketing them. However, it's starting to warm up a lot. We had a cold night last night, so they all got their blankets on, which they are pretty accustomed to by now. Mr. Magic over here. All right. Now let's see if we can get the grain in here. Yeah, here he is. Got my little significant other here helping today. Here is the senior we're giving them. Now for lunch, they get a little bit less. They only get 4 pounds per horse. We don't like to. I mean, it's the middle of the day. It's a little bit warm. I don't want to sit here and make them not feel good feeding them way too much of it. And again, that goes right back to, I don't want to give them the craps. That'll make it a lot harder. Skinny, as you can see, she's getting a lot more rib coverage. That's a plus. Now, let's see. Chance as well. If you guys go back to his first intake video, I was actually the one holding him in that. And I don't know about you guys, but he's looking quite a bit better to me. I mean, obviously, he's still got quite a bit to pick up right in here. I don't know if you guys can see, it sinks down right here. He's still not the body score we would want, and I mean, really, honestly, not too close to it yet, but we're on the way and we're making steps forward. So that's all that we want to see. Is that a bee on him? Oh, no, it's a little butterfly. All right. They all got their fly spray today. Getting taken care of. Skinny's not much of a fan of having her mane brushed though, but that's okay. We're working on it. She's gonna be a pretty girl. Hey, thank you, Ashley, or Lynn Ashley. We think so too. Keep a pretty close eye on all of them. I mean, obviously, if we ever do feed them too much and they get the poops, we have what we need here to stop that up really fast, but we'd prefer not have that problem at all. That'd be a loss of weight, and we don't want any of that. So here are these guys. Look at his pretty tail. And also, I think someone said he had red on his mane when he got here, and he didn't in the last video. Let's see, the red on his flaxen mane is right up here for everybody to see. Yeah, so being part draft definitely makes it harder, especially as emaciated as he was coming into us. You have to fill him out from the inside, and then the outside, they're not going to gain any weight until you get everything internally going right. And for any horse, gaining weight all depends on their metabolic system. So we have no idea when they get here and they're emaciated what their metabolic system's like. You can't just start any horse with, here's 10 pounds of this feed. We're not sure if you've ever had it before. I mean, that's a great way to cause refeeding syndrome, and we don't want that. That's what we try really hard to avoid while trying to get them to gain weight. They have 2 round bells in their pen all the time. The other one's kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know. We'll walk around there in a little bit. But we keep 2 in here because Mr. Chance here does like to have his food to himself. And that gives them the opportunity to have their own bales to eat at. Let's see, he's got a bunch of shedding going on too. It's warming up here, which is going to be great for these guys. Gosh, and yeah, anyone who questions if he was a draft or not, those hooves are the size of my head, and I have a pretty big head, so yeah, there's Nukes. Yeah, Nukes is living his best life, wondering when he's going to go out and see some pretty girls. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, they do look pretty good. Yes, that was Cyril Fat. Oh, thank you, Patty. Yeah, we are kind of loving every bit. I mean, this is really my favorite part, seeing horses come in the way that Chance was and on a daily basis look better. We try to constantly take pictures of them so we can see updates, because I mean, when you're sitting here and feeding them every day, it's a little bit hard to see like, oh, he looks better than yesterday. But here we are. I think it's been 3 months now, 2 or 3 months, and he's slowly getting it back. We had a couple of health problems with him, EPM, which I don't know how many of you guys have experienced that with some of your own. It eats at their muscles pretty good. He probably had it for a long time before coming here, which makes it a lot harder for him to pick up weight quicker like other emaciated horses would be able to. That's likely why it's been kind of hard getting some back here in his butt. But he's been through 2 bottles of EPM meds now, and he is literally on a roll. So we're pretty proud of him. Look at him and Skinny. He's finally like, oh, I guess she's my sister. She can eat with me. Yeah, no, it really is even harder bringing them back in the winter, Lynn. It really is. But, I mean, we can't really turn them down, so here we are, and we're just going to put all the time that we can into him, make him look as healthy as we're able to. He's been doing awesome. None of them have the poops. Let's see if we can. Normal poop. Normal poop that has been stepped on. Yeah, so we're all doing pretty good here. Our number one when they come in is obviously worming them and keeping up with that. You never know where they came from really, or how those people actually treated them, what they did for them. So anything that won't hurt them but make sure that they're better in the end, we always try to do. Yeah, so this is our refeeding pen, everybody. Here's all of the bags that I really need to pick up of Senior for anyone who's going to say we don't feed them. There's all of my trash from feeding them. Yeah, and this is my favorite part, so thank you, everybody.